Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today. And today, the San Francisco 49ers have named Sam Darnold their backup quarterback. And they have named Darnold the backup quarterback over quarterback Trey Lance, who was the third overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. The San Francisco 49ers are expected to explore trade options for Trey Lance. There are multiple teams that have expressed interest in Trey Lance. And not only that, but one of the teams that has been specified as one of the teams that is interested is the Minnesota Vikings. Funny enough, I actually did a video about the Vikings potentially trading for Trey Lance last night, and that is up right now. I think Darnold deserved the backup job. I talked about it last night in that video. But what I did talk about is, Darnold should be this back. He earns this backup quarterback job. But you do not let go of Trey Lance, and here's why. I don't think they can get into any close to the value what they got back. I don't think they're going to get the value that what they gave up to get to that number 3 overall. I mean, they gave up 3 first-round picks and I think 1 second-round pick or 2 second-round picks to get to that number 3 overall, and then selected in 3 overall. I just don't think they're going to get – I don't think you're obviously not going to get a first-round pick. I think you'd probably get in the area of a 2nd to 4th-round pick with maybe an extra conditional pick. So I just don't know. I really don't know, why you trade Trey Lance. And that's one reason why I say don't trade Trey Lance. Here's the second reason. Look at all the quarterback issues with injuries you had last season. Let's go to week 2 against the Seattle Seahawks for the 49ers. Trey Lance, the starting quarterback, was the starter week 1, was the starter to start week 2. He goes down with the ankle injury. He's out for the season. Jimmy Garoppolo comes in. Later in the season, what was it? Was it week 11? It was like week 11, week 12, something like that. Jimmy Garoppolo, he hurts his shoulder. He's out for the season as well. Okay, so Brock Purdy, he comes in. This is a 7th-round pick. You don't know what you're going to get in this guy. He was literally the last pick in the draft. With a stacked team, he just goes off and has an unbelievable performance. Unbelievable performance, in the showcase he had in the games he played. Get to the playoffs. He has a really good couple playoff games against the Seahawks. They win in the wild card. Then the Dallas Cowboys, he does really good there too. They win in the divisional game. Then you get to the NFC Championship. He gets hurt. Who's your backup quarterback? Josh Johnson. And now he's on the Baltimore Ravens though. Josh Johnson, he gets hurt. So now you have no quarterback. So with no quarterback on the roster, you have to go to an injured Brock Purdy and a running back Christian McCaffrey at Wildcat. So at that point, you're using a quarterback who doesn't really have an arm because it's his throwing shoulder that is hurt, and then also Christian McCaffrey, who doesn't really have. It's not that really much of a quarterback. He's just a Wildcat. I think he threw it a couple times, but I feel like with what happened last year with injuries to this team, they should keep 3 quarterbacks on the roster at all times. And there was a rule made specifically just for what happened to the 49ers last year in the NFC Championship game to have 3 quarterbacks, ready to go in a game. And I just feel like to have 3 talented quarterbacks, Brock Purdy, obviously the most talented one. I think Sam Darnold is really solid as well. I think he's very underrated. Trey Lance, I think he's not the best out of the 3, but I think Trey Lance is also a really solid quarterback as well. To have those 3 guys on the roster for in case something happens, Purdy goes down, probably Darnold is the starter, but you have Lance just in case something happens to Darnold. So I think keeping these 3 guys on the roster is what's for best for this San Francisco 49ers team. And not only that, but I don't think you're going to get any good value for Trey Lance. For what you gave up to get to that number 3 overall. That's just my opinion, though. Use your thoughts on the San Francisco 49ers naming Sam Darnold their backup quarterback when the starting job wasn't up for grabs. That was Brock Purdy. He was already going to be the starter, but there was an open competition for the backup quarterback. I know that's not, it doesn't happen often where you don't see a backup quarterback competition that is, you don't usually see a backup quarterback competition that is this interesting as this one was with Sam Darnold and Trey Lance. You don't see that many people care about a backup quarterback and a third-string quarterback going through a competition. But this one was interesting with Trey Lance and Sam Darnold, two former top 3 overall picks going at it to be the backup for Brock Purdy. I think the 49ers made the right decision. But at the same time, is this going to piss Trey Lance off and demand a trade? Who knows? That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Let me know your thoughts.